Hey everybody, welcome back to HellBrentForLeather for the second episode that I've gotten on to record with this. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I've had about 10 or 11 downloads so far. No barn burner, but for a podcast that I'm almost not advertising at all, just because I haven't really gotten comfortable with doing so yet. I'll take it as a small win. I know I've got a couple people listening that aren't Bastardcast listeners, and everybody else has come over from the Bastardcast, so that's cool as fuck. I appreciate it, because podcasts where we just throw out shitty jokes and talk shit on people and just do generally bad things in the public sphere. To have people that have a crossover audience from listening to that who also want to listen to me rant and rave about heavy metal for, 45 minutes to an hour. That's fucking cool. So on the last episode, kind of talked about my start a little bit and how I got into metal to a degree. Talked about that fateful day on the bus in the 9th grade when I jumped on the bus and, walked towards the back of the bus, and this guy was sitting back there, and he kind of sat down and told me I wasn't going to listen to any of that faggot shit anymore, talking about Sublime and fucking Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and 311 and Green Day and all that fucking faggot shit. I've brought him on today. So, Casey, you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
How's it going? Fucking living out in Montana now. Fucking got the fuck out of Dodge, out of Georgia, and got to Montana. How's life treating you out there?
Great, actually, dude. It's a whole nother world up here, man. Pacific Northwest is wild. What it lacks in accessibility to shows and things and venues and things of that nature, it more than makes up for in peace of fucking mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got up there at the wrong fucking time last year and then had to encounter your first winter. And, me moving out of Georgia and moving up to the Midwest where the winters are probably the most brutal in the United States. I sympathize with you because I moved up here in fucking October and then got just bombarded with snow within a month. So I know that you moved up there with warm weather clothes and then got told real quick by the elements, nah, son, you done fucked up.
Packed, was down in Florida, drove from St. Petersburg to Billings, and then September 30th, it was like, boop, blizzard, and I was in shorts.
Yeah.
Not cool. Actually, it was very, very cool. Really cold.
I bet it fucking was. So, let's actually get into that a little bit. You said that there's not much of a concert scene up there, which, yeah, I mean, all the tours and stuff that I ever see, very rarely will you see them go to like Butte or Billings or something like that. So, where do you have to go a show? Because I know you've gone to a few, but I know that it's been quite a drive for you to get there.
Actually, it's not that bad. I talk a lot of shit about it, but it's really not that bad. Spokane, Washington, man. Spokane is roughly about 4.5, 5 hours from me. Not bad. And it's a killer city, dude. I love Spokane.
Yeah, but to drive 4.5 or 5 hours for a show when you and I used to bitch about driving 90 minutes to Atlanta because we were spoiled fucking high schoolers. That's dedication to go out to a show, because you're not driving out to a show, seeing a killer show, and then driving home unless you slept all fucking day.
That and lots of Red Bull.
Yeah. I know that struggle well, driving home to Georgia twice a year.
Yeah, and you don't want to ever pull over in Idaho. Ever. Idaho is how like people make fun of Alabama down south?
Sure.
That's Idaho. But Idaho's actually, they're telling the truth. Like, seriously. We pulled over the last time we went to Spokane, pulled over at some little bumblefuck town in Idaho, and it was pretty late, man. 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I swear I heard banjos. I mean, I shit you not. I swear I heard banjos.
I don't doubt that. I'm actually I'm driving down to Houston in April for this festival. I don't know if you've seen it yet, called Hell's Heroes 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
tickets. You gonna go to that, man? Awesome.
Yeah, I got tickets for that. It fucking sold out within just a few days. But my podcasting partner on the Bastardcast, Will, who's a longtime friend of mine, we both went out to Warrell Dane's funeral in Seattle when he died, and he's a huge Nevermore fan and big metal fan in general, and obviously so am I. So he's going to fly out here, and then he's going to jump in the car with me, and we're going to drive down for it. I'm fucking excited for Candlemass, who I've seen live a few times.
Haven't caught them.
Dark Angel, who I've seen live once
Awesome.
at fucking Maryland Death Fest in like 2013 or 14, whenever that was. And then Satan, who I've never seen, and I'm fucking stoked.
Oh, now that is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, no, I figured that was going to be more up your alley than the other two, because I know you like Dark Angel and Candlemass, but I also know that you've kind of gone through a resurgence with NWOBHM over the last few years, as I have myself. And yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see how they hold up to what I'm used to from them in a live setting, because you can do plenty of stuff in the studio to make sure that everything sounds copacetic, but it's completely different seeing a live band. A, their performance to sound-wise, if it's okay, and B, they're not just standing there fucking staring at their shoes like Opeth did the first time I saw them.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, that was actually that's a concert I'll never forget right there, because that was one back in the day we used to go to shows. The local opening Atlanta bands would always be pretty guaranteed terrible. But Lilitude, man, that was an amazing. That was once in a lifetime is what that was.
I was going to say, there are 3 local Atlanta bands that opened for shows that we saw, not including Theocracy, because they never really opened for any big shows that we saw other than... I don't think they opened for any big shows that we saw, did they?
They were always headlining when we saw them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the 3 big local bands, quote unquote, that I saw that I just truly fucking enjoyed that opened for tours coming into Atlanta would have been Lilitude, as you said, fucking Ender's Game.
Oh yeah, they were good.
I only ever saw them once, I think, and they were fucking great.
Heard them. I never heard anything else out of them either.
Yeah, I know.
Lilitude, they got a little buzz after that show, that little run of shows they did, but
right, and then Derek went on to get in what's the
Active Defiance?
Thank you, Active Defiance. That's what I was looking for.
Joey Jordanson and Scar Cemetery, not Scar Cemetery, but the man, I used to have it. It's been a long day, grocery shopping, dude.
Yeah, and then fucking Halcyon Way, because I saw them.
Yeah.
Were you at the Halloween show? No, you weren't.
No, I was not.
No, it was me, Amanda, and her dad.
I was probably in jail.
Halcyon Way opened that show, and it was back when they had the guy singing for them that to this day reminds me of David Draymond from Disturbed, and I said that band was very much down with the sickness.
Oh yeah, I met those guys at a show after that.
Yeah,
I ran into them, and they were kind of dicks, actually. Not gonna lie.
That's funny.
Not gonna lie.
I'll have to tell John you said that, because I'm actually really good friends with all of those guys.
By all means, dude. My address is 216 Ellerberry
Lane. Beep. Yeah, fucking Halcyon Way, and they completely changed their sound when that guy left and Sean Shields joined the band, who, I mean, Sean's a fucking dead ringer for Dio. That dude can sing his
now you
ass
got my
off.
attention.
And then he wound up leaving the band, and they got Steve in, who sounds a lot more like Vince Neil, honestly.
Now you lost my attention.
But yeah, Halcyon Way is the only one of those bands that's still together and still fucking doing strong. I mean, fuck, they've gone to Europe several times and opened for like fucking Udo and Annihilator and so on and so forth, in Russia especially.
That little run of shows a little too, that little contract, or they got signed by the End Records, who went defunct shortly thereafter, and I guess all that went to H. Eric Bonner's head, man. And the guitar player, Jason Piona from Little Two, he and I are actually decent friends, and it's still a sore subject for him, how things went down. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was not good.
So when was that? Because I know that the End was a big reason that To Die For was able to come over in 2007 when I went out with them on tour, because they gave us a van and a trailer to use. They didn't put any money fucking towards the tour, but they gave us a van and a trailer, which was a hell of a lot more than John had lined up. But that was
That's something.
'07, and I know that they weren't around all that much longer. Was the end done by like 2010?
Yeah, before that, dude. Let's see. Memorial was like that was look. They self-produced that, put it out there in 2003, and then I think the Dolores Legion was maybe '05, and then it was then there's a couple of songs they recorded for a follow-up to the Dolores Legion, and I mean they're really hard to find though. Like I forget the name, White Nights in a Black Room or something. And that was around '07. Yeah, and that was it, man.
Dolores Legion was '04.
'04, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know when
I know
Earth Gods
where-
came out. I don't have access to when Earth Gods came out right off the top of my head
Earth
at
Gods
the
was
moment.
'97.
Okay, and then what was the album between those? Because there was one between them.
Memorial.
What was it?
Earth Gods, and then there was a big lull in Memorial in what, '02, '03, and then sped up with Dolores Legion '04, and then hoop nothing. I don't even think they really got a tour for Dolores Legion.
That's right, and I don't have Memorial. I need to dig back through all my CDs. What? I have it physically. I just don't have it loaded on my iTunes.
I'm going to throw it on. I'm offended.
I don't know where it is. I'll find it. Whoa. Apparently they did a song on a tribute to Wasp in '97 called Sleeping in the Fire.
That's what we heard that in Low Yo-Yo that day.
Huh.
They had that compilation disc.
Yeah.
And it was right after the concert, and we were blah 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 like a bunch of schoolgirls about Lilith, and forget the guys, Tony. Yeah. He was like, we got this compilation disc. Do you think these guys are on it? And it was Sleeping in the Fire.
I'll be damned.
And me being like being raised the way I was, I knew the song, loved the fucking song. And the Lilith nailed it, man. Great cover.
Yeah, fucking. I'll have to bring you back on sometime to do an episode just about Low Yo-Yo stuff, because that record was, or that store was so pivotal to our growth in metal. That and the used CD section at CD Warehouse, because that's where I fucking that's where I heard Iced Earth for the first time, because you picked up Burnt Offerings for like $3.
Yeah, and that's where I got South American Assault Killers, that bootleg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, did I ever tell you I've got a signed copy of Murder One on vinyl that I got Diano to sign when I met him?
Stop. I can only get so erect.
Yeah, that's one of my most prized possessions, because A, finding that record was impossible, and B, getting him to sign it just was fucking awesome. Especially the only time I've ever met him was when he came and played Station 4. I want to say it was like 2010. And it was, or 2011. Fuck, it may have even been 2012. I don't remember when Station 4 closed. I want to say Station 4 closed in 13 or 14, but it was when he did the Killers tour, where he did all of Killers and then he did some of his own stuff. And I was working that show, and I was tasked to pick him up from the hotel and get him back to the venue. And this was late December. This was like December 28th or something, and it was snowing like hell, and I wound up getting lost trying to get back to the venue with him in my car.
That's about right.
And I got him back to the venue eventually, finally, and put him out at the back door, and he got out with his cane and stepped into about half a foot of fucking snow and turned around like he was gonna fucking murder me. And by the end of the night, he was cool. But I gave him a wide berth until after the set, and I went downstairs, and I was down there with him by myself, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm embarrassed as fuck. I'm a huge fan of yours. I love Maiden. I love Killers. I like Battlezone. I'm fucking sorry. And he was just like, oh, mate, it's all right. Sorry. I fucking overreacted earlier, blah, blah, blah. You're cool. And I said, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, yeah, of course. So I sat down on the couch with him, got a picture. And then I got him to sign that vinyl, as well as I've got a hardcover copy of his biography, which, if you can ever find it, is fucking insane.
I imagine so, man. I've kept up with him pretty close over the years, because he really lived what he sung. It's always credited as Maiden's like a bar band era sound,
right,
rough around the edges and all that. Well, he really is, man.
Yeah, he's a punk trapped in a metal world, and he He then went, semi, for lack of a better term, gangster. And he was just a guy you did not fuck with.
That is, his gangster era is much amusement to me. Much amusement.
Yeah, I mean that second album from Killers, Menace to Society, is just.
I don't dislike it.
Oh my god, I love it. I am an absolute apologist for that record. It's not as good as Murder One. But it's a completely different type of record too. It's
Murder One is historical because it was his revenge.
Right.
Like you stack the Maiden record from that time. No Prayer for the Dying gets Murder One. Murder One blows out the water.
No question. No question.
No, Martial Law Jaw itself blows. No Prayer for the entire Blaze Bay era and No Prayer for the Dying just away.
Well, let's not go too
far.
That
one song.
Let's not go too far now. Fucking
I love it.
X Factor is fucking amazing.
Man on the Edge is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great song, great movie. But I mean, come on, man. Martial Law Jaw in the early '90s, who was doing that?
Yeah, nobody. But yeah. What's up?
The guy who played guitar for Killers was the original lead guitar player for Tank.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. I found that out here actually just recently. And it was one of the things about Murder One is not only Diano's vocal phrasing and his lyrics and stuff like that, but the riffs, man. The riffs are fucking solid. They're like just force you to bang. You just can't not just fucking thrash to those, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, man, who's this guy playing guitar? And I look it up and I'm like, well, I'll be damned. And so, boy, I think it's Cliff. I forget his last name. But he was the lead guitar player the guitar player on the first Tank album, because Tank originally was like a prettier Motorhead.
Yeah.
Tres Hombres, but without Lemmy's beautiful face and gravelly voice.
Dude, that was, speaking of Lemmy's beautiful face, Jen and I went to go see Motorhead. I want to say it was like 2011, maybe 2012 at,
nice.
Where did we go? It was, it was the Myth. It wasn't the Myth. It was, First Avenue, the same place where Purple Rain, a lot of that took place. But super historical venue up here. But Jen and I were both sick as fuck. Like, we had the flu or something, but we had tickets, and I was like, there's no fucking way I'm missing Motorhead. Fuck you, we're going.
No sleep to Motorhead, man.
Exactly.
No rest.
So we went, and they were doing like this trivia thing on the side screens, like a lot of venues, will have the screens on the side where they're talking about upcoming shows, or they'll have a camera, showing on the stage, and they'll project from that. Even though it's not a big venue, it's like, fucking 1,800 people max, I think.
Yeah.
But they were doing trivia up there, and they had a trivia question. It was just like, name the number of moles that Lemmy has on his face and what side. And I gave the correct answer. Yeah, and I gave the correct answer. And they moved us up to a VIP table on the balcony that was roped off, and we were actually able to sit up there in peace and watch them. And it was one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. I still got the hoodie from that show that I bought. And then I got to see Motorhead one more time. No, I got to see Motorhead 2 more times before Lemmy died. I saw them on the Metal Masters tour with Testament, Motorhead, Judas Priest, and Heaven and Hell in Chicago.
Nice.
And then Motorhead, and I want to say High on Fire.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was the night I met Lemmy. I want to say that was like 2012.
Nice. I would have liked to have seen Matt Pike and Lemmy get together and play some songs.
That would have been.
It would have been nice if he did. Because I swear, Matt Pike is he's like the pre-reincarnation of Lemmy.
Yeah. He was around before Lemmy died, but I think that Lemmy probably lives through him a little bit every day. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of that band on record. They're not my thing. But live, they're entertaining as fuck.
1 or 2 songs on each album are pretty good. Matt Pike is an acquired taste. He's also like the figurehead, like number one, I guess like mascot, not unofficial mascot of Shade Beast,
Okay.
So I've got stickers, shirts, all kinds of apparel, memorabilia and shit with his face plastered all over it. And be that as it may, like you never really been a huge High on Fire fan. I had to sit down and give it all a listen.
Sure.
And I will say Death Is Our Communion is by far the most solid all the way through. Because Rumors of War is if you can't get down to that, man, you're dead. D2, Cyclopean Escape, all those songs are mind blowing. But every other album, man, it's just like one or two good ones, and then it's a bunch of like we got way too stoned in the studio, and this is what we played.
Sure.
That's exactly what happened.
So to kind of get back to what I was mentioning on the last episode, and a big reason that I brought you on was just to kind of rehash, to go over my memory of how I remember things going and see how correct I am in that regard and how off I may be because it's been fucking years. But
you're asking me to grade your memory.
Yeah. No, I know you smoke a lot of pot and have had a brain tumor. I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But so. Jump on the bus that day when we first moved to that fucking farmhouse off of Wirebridge Road in, this would have been 98, 99,
98,
2000,
2001,
2000.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this would have been 99 that we moved in. I think summer of 99. And move in, school starts, I get on the bus. God knows what I was wearing. Could have been that fucking stupid Harley Davidson long sleeve shirt I had, or what the fuck ever.
No, it was warm outside, and you were
probably some goofy ass fucking cargo shorts.
I was gonna say, for lack of a better, hey, I still wear cargo shorts. Like a better phrase, it wasn't what you were wearing. It was your. I remember this too very clearly, actually, because it wasn't anything you looked like you were wearing. I think you were like a black shirt, some sort of like comic book character or something, cargo shorts. It was how you were holding your book bag and the little innocent look on your face.
Fair enough. So I get on. And I've got my Discman.
The band you said.
Yeah, I've got my Discman, which we're not supposed to have, if you remember correctly. Fucking OCHS would not let us fucking have Discmans and shit. Which I could understand not having them in class or something, but not having them on the bus, that's fucking retarded.
That's bullshit, yeah.
But they wouldn't let us have it. I had that. I had my little 8 or 16 CD wallet, whatever it was. And I sat down, and as we used to do, I'd kind of duck my head down below the top of the seat so the bus driver couldn't see me. And I'd sit there and listen to music.
Hey, imagine we had Bluetooth back then.
Yeah, that'd have been fucking awesome.
Right?
And so...
Right now. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And so I get on, and I sit somewhere close to the back. I know I didn't sit with you, because I distinctly remember you coming and sitting with me.
I was in the back in the little tiny seat. You were about 3 seats up on the opposite side.
Yep. So I sit down in a seat by myself, if I remember correctly. And you come up there and you're like, hey, what are you listening to? And I was like, fuck, whatever the fuck I was listening to. Like I said earlier, it could have been Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Huh?
Come on. President of the United States of America. Come on. That was what you were listening to.
Dude, I still have a
CD, Silver Writing. I was like, no.
I still have a soft spot for that band, but I've not listened to them in at least 10 or 15 years. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's probably what I was listening to, because I had
lump on your head.
I had 1 and 2, and I loved them both immensely. So
wait, they had 2 albums?
Fuck yeah, dude. They had
really?
They had 1 that had Lump on it, and I think 2 had Mach 5 on it, if I remember correctly, or maybe they were both on the same record. And
I don't Razors. What the fuck?
I don't remember, but no. Talking about fucking Speed Racer's car, you fucking moron.
Oh. It's like it's audio pollution, man.
It's probably a bad idea that I'm asking you about your memory. But
I do remember you, because that was it was weird. It was weird, man. I can't explain it. I do remember that very clearly.
All right, so I sit down. I got that. You ask me what I'm listening to. I tell you, and I remember you saying, "Yeah, that's not going to fucking work. If you're going to ride on my bus, you're going to listen to what I fucking tell you to listen to." Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I just looked at you with this innocent look, like, "What are you fucking talking about?" Because Brent now and Brent in 9th grade, 2 completely different people. Brent now would very quickly tell you to go fuck yourself entirely. Brent in 9th grade was like, I don't want any trouble.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome for that, by the way. You're welcome.
I have always credited you for probably 75% of that. And then,
fuck, man.
and then I absolutely fucking forged my own way after high school and kind of being out on my own and such. But you for damn sure pushed me in that direction hard. So
Man.
you're like, no, you're going to fucking listen to this. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And you're like, I'm bringing you fucking homework. When you get on the bus tomorrow, I'll have shit for you. And I very vividly remember you bringing me 2 CDs. You brought me Megadeth.
Feeling It's My Business.
Yep. And what was the other?
Let's see, Slayer Decade.
Nope.
The live Slayer Decade Regression. That was
Nope. Hell Awaits came later.
Oh, no, I actually don't remember what the second one was.
Merciful Fate 9.
That's right. Yeah.
For some ungodly reason, you gave me 9 instead of Melissa or fucking Don't Break the Oath or whatever.
Well,
but you gave me 9, and I fucking love it to this day.
Yeah, I still do too. Now, Melissa, here's why for that. Melissa, I had the 24 karat gold reissue CD, and that one was
holy fuck. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that CD. You had
CD.
What else did you have that was 24 karat gold? You had like 3 or 4 that were quote unquote 24 karat gold, and it meant nothing. Yep. It was just a small flake in the layer that was 24 karat gold. It meant nothing, but goddamn, we felt like we were shitting in high cotton.
What? It was Melissa, and I didn't have Don't Break the Oath yet.
Was it another Merciful Fate? I thought it was something from someone else.
No, it was something from someone else. I had Merciful Fate was one. They were all like older like NWO BHM albums. It was like a neat records reissues or something. And I can't fucking for the life. I remember, man.
It wasn't a Diamond Head thing, was it? I don't think so.
No, I didn't get Lightning to the Nations until later. I ordered that off eBay.
Okay.
That was like one of the first things I ordered off eBay besides my Prog Power 3 tickets.
I have an original German pressing of that.
Yeah.
On vinyl, that there were 1,000 copies of it made.
That was a life-changing album right there too.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely my top 5 favorite records ever. Still.
Yeah, really. I mean.
But all right, so neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. Fucking, you had the 24 karat gold Melissa, and that's why you didn't let me borrow that one. Because like in later years, looking back on it, I'm like, why 9? 9 doesn't make any sense. But that makes perfect sense as to why you would have given me 9. So
9, man.
You gave me 9 and fucking Church of Saint Anne and fucking all that shit.
There's a road called Saint Anne Lane, and there's a church on it. I shit you not. I'll send you pictures.
Awesome.
It's a holy Serbian Orthodox Christian church at the end of Saint Anne Lane. ST.ANN.
That's fucking awesome.
I'll send you pictures.
Please.
Every time I drive by them, I'm like, Church of Saint Anne. I'm like, yep.
That's great. So I listened to both of those, and I remember liking the Megadeth, but loving the Merciful Fate, but being terrified of it at the same time because, coming from the musical background that I came from, I'd never fucking heard anything like King Diamond singing before.
That's not Lump.
Yeah, no, it's most certainly not Lump. So I bring them back, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I need more. And then that's when you brought me, I want to say Hell Awaits was the first Slayer record you gave me. It may have been Decade of Aggression, but I think it was Hell Awaits.
It was one or the other. I don't recall myself either, but I do recall one fateful day I came over to your place with my 32 binder of CDs, and I was like, today is going to be Slayer. I remember putting on a Decade of Aggression.
And that shitty fucking 3 CD changer silver boombox stereo thing that I had in the game room.
Dude, I kids today, man. If I'd have had half this shit, there's no way.
Yeah, no.
Stop.
No, we would have been fucking dead forever. Or no, I guess deaf forever, stone deaf forever.
Yeah.
But
already.
And then you changed my life by bringing me a copy of Painkiller on cassette that you gave me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had 2 or if one was yours and you just listened to your mom's or whatever. But
I had 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, you brought me Painkiller on cassette, and it blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you actually that was the way it went, because usually with like metal dudes and shit like that, you got like 2 camps. Like in death metal, you got your Cannibal Corpse guys, you got your Carcass guys. You know, you got your Maiden dudes, you got your Priest dudes. That was whenever you were like, I'm a Priest dude. And you stuck to that shit too, brother.
And it's funny because I'll say that Priest is my favorite of the two, but Maiden is objectively the better band.
I'm a Maiden dude, and I'll say that, you know, Priest has been around a little bit longer. Priest, for the most part, has the stronger discography. I mean, even with the Rock-a-Rolla, that was still amazing, you know.
Oh yeah,
there's songs on
and the Priest stuff without Rob is better than the Maiden stuff without Bruce. Now, X Factor is amazing, but Virtual 11 is garbage. Whereas,
I'll pass on that.
Whereas Jugulator is amazing and Demolition's passable.
Demolition is amazing.
It's not amazing, but it's very good.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Ripper actually really literally sounded exactly like Halford.
Yes.
Like,
and I love Blaze. Don't get me wrong. I love Blaze's solo stuff and everything else. But, you know, Steve will be the first one to say that he was depressed as fuck during those years and considered killing himself.
With Virtual, Steve Harris's dad just died.
Right.
With that one too. So that's a really, that's a really emotional record. Maine's not really known for being like the emotional band, you know.
They're known for being the Sabaton before Sabaton knew what Sabaton was.
Correct.
Yes.
I will say this though, Bailey, he gets a lot of hate in Maiden circles,
and he really should.
Quite a bit.
He really should.
Because
he played the hand.
Bruce try to sing Bailey songs.
He played the hand that was dealt to him as perfect as he could.
I mean,
And yes, I have heard Bruce sing Bailey songs, and some he does great justice, but some just aren't quite the same.
He's not got that baritone that Bailey has, man. Bruce is he's like an octave higher. He can pull off Diano, you know, but he doesn't have the grit.
Right.
And Bailey, I don't really care to hear Bruce sing Bailey songs. I don't.
The only songs that I remember hearing Bruce sing, I want to say there's 4 that I've heard. I've heard a bootleg of Bruce doing Man on the Edge.
Yeah, it's terrible. I've heard that one.
It was all right. I've heard Bruce do Future Real, which I liked.
Yeah, that's arguably the one that sounds the most like classic Bruce material, though.
Yeah, but I really like Bruce doing Sign of the Cross and The Klansman. I like them both.
He murders. He just butchers the Klansman, dude. That's got to be one of my favorite Maiden songs too.
And it's one of mine, but I disagree that he butchered it.
I mean, the Freedom, man.
They did both on Rock and Rio, correct?
Yep.
Which that's my favorite. That's my favorite concert DVD of all time.
Live After Death would be mine.
Really, I like Rock and Rio more than I like Live After Death. Now, if you're talking live records, I like Live After Death more. But if you're talking about just the visual of watching it, I like Rock and Rio more.
Fair enough.
And Nico McBrain doing the fucking airplane run across the stage at the end of Rock and Rio cracks me up every time because that dude's certifiably insane.
Then again, if you went from playing drums for Pat Travers to Iron Maiden, you'd be running around like I would too. I can't say I blame him. That
also explains fucking Bruce running around like a madman on stage because he went from fucking Samson to Maiden.
Hey man, I listen to Shock Tactics on a regular basis. Okay? I hear no rough talk about Paul Sampson was a man ahead of his time.
Oh no! I'm not hating on Samson at all. I'm just saying Maiden is the better band.
Inarguably, and Bruce fits much better in Maiden than he ever did in Samson.
Yes.
I mean, the drummer wearing a Gimp mask and goes by Thunderstick. Really? But I'll get down. I'll fucking get down. Don't threaten me with a good time now.
What is with drummers having weird fucking names? You had fucking Thunderstick in that. You had Motorhead in early Diamond Head. Fucking
I think it was just a popular stick at the time.
Popular stick. I see what you did there.
Stick.
No,
yeah.
I got you. I'm
Like
being a
now
smartass.
it's all about depressed white chicks and singing about their love problems and making me want to like gouge my ears out with fucking screwdrivers.
Yes. So
If I hear one more person talk about that dude Billie Eilish, I'm gonna punch somebody in the fucking mouth.
my wife loves her, and I'm just like, I don't get it, but whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm a dad now, dude. When you become a parent, it's apparent.
But so you get me into those, and then we start to kind of go on a metal journey together and start discovering things that neither of us knew about. Either
I remember
through
using you as a litmus test for Annihilator.
Yep. Because what was the first Annihilator record you picked up? Was it
Carnival Diablos.
It was Carnival
Best
Diablos.
Buy.
That's right. I bought it at Best Buy, and we sat out in your fucking Cavalier and jammed the fuck out. Now, was that the day that your Cavalier fucking dumped coolant all over the parking lot?
No, I mean, which time, dude? Probably. I don't know.
It may have been.
I remember that day 'cause in Best Buy, I was really unsure because the cover really belies like a brutal death, type sound.
Yeah, that is. You look at that cover and you don't get Annihilator.
No, I don't see Alice in Hell or Kraft Dinner on that. I see like some dude taking a hard dump.
Yeah, and to this day, my massive love for Annihilator stems completely and utterly from you.
Man, my massive love for Annihilator stems completely from Carnival Diablos.
Yes, because I remember. I think we sat out in the parking lot and listened to the whole record, and I remember fucking Time Bomb comes on, and I'm losing my fucking mind because I'm screaming at you at the top of my lungs. Fuck you. That's Rob Halford. I'm not accepting no for an answer. While Joe Como is just sitting there singing his balls off, pulling off the greatest Halford impersonation I've ever heard, up to and including Ripper.
Like either right before that or right after that, it's like Shallow Grave, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute now, this AC/DC, what's up?
Yeah, Shallow Grave is the song directly after that, and then 2 songs later, I believe, you've got Epic of War, where he does the greatest Bruce impersonation ever.
Yeah.
That when the sky above is raining red from 100,000 dead. I'm like, that's Bruce. Yeah. That's Bruce.
Man, funny thing, I was reading an interview with Jeff Waters about that album, and all those songs were tributes to bands that he really liked. So that was on purpose.
Hunter Killer was a tribute to Fear Factory.
Chicken and Corn.
Yeah,
tribute that. That's my favorite song off that album.
That song is fucking awesome.
It is amazing.
But, so we fucking got that, and then we both got into Angel Dust at the same time. The band, you fucking idiots.
Not the powder.
Off of fucking Much Music on my fucking Dish Network or Direct TV or whatever the fuck it was that we were watching. Yeah, of Human Bondage comes on, and we're like, what the fuck is this? And then we went and bought Iced Earth Horror Show, that had the bonus track Transylvania as well as an interview with Schaefer, and then the second disc was that Century Media sampler or whatever, and it had more Angel Dust on it, and we were like, whoa! And then we got Of Human Bondage because that record fucking ruled.
You are forgetting one of the most important, it definitely for you and for me also, important discoveries of our young, boisterous years. Alive in Athens.
Yes. Alive in Athens was the greatest live record ever recorded by anyone. Fight me.
There's only one live album that tops that. And that's Another Lesson in Violence by Exodus.
Why do you want to be so heavy?
Found, thrown out, and destroyed.
Yep. Oh, I missed that crazy motherfucker. God damn it, why did he have to die? Mad
debate on which one's better, Alive in Athens or Another Lesson in Violence. I mean, both Chris sound. I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Alive in Athens is longer, but man.
And then, if you want to talk about discoveries, and it was something I discovered, and you partially discovered it, but you already knew about some of it. Fucking Various 3.
Oh yeah, that man.
I have not thought
God,
about
dude.
Various 3 in 20 years until right now.
That I mean, that was a whole run of shit that I was just downloading songs off Napster, man. Like,
And
I didn't know
what was on there?
going on.
Fucking what Stradivarius song was it? Legion. Because you remember back in the day, we listened to Legion, and we're like, dude, that drumming is so fast.
Yeah, joke is on us, huh?
Necrophagus has entered the chat. Yeah, you listen to Legion, and then you're sitting there going, this is so fast, and then Necrophagus has entered the chat.
Yeah, then, you got Arsis, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. But I remember watching you in that shitty little shed that you had your drums in, trying to play Legion and having a hard time picking up, and then 5 years later, you're playing shit that's so much faster.
Yeah, and I'm not even just looking at Legion like, that's a cakewalk. But yeah, I'm like, man, how in the hell you can't run that fast? What the fuck?
I mean, it was literally, it was literally, not.
I mean, it's 16ths. It's just like 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN. That's it. It's not like 30 seconds. Or he's doing a roll with bass drum pedals. Yeah, right. Okay. Nah. And that's one band that I really, really, really got into like hard that you never really took quite a shine to because you didn't like the vocals. It was Vince Sevenfold because of the rev and the drumming, dude. That man was a monster.
I've tried my hardest to come around to that band, and I have to a degree. I've gotten to the point to where I can ignore his vocals where they really bother me.
If you listen to Waking the Fallen and you turn your fancy EQ, future EQ you have now, turn the vocals all the way off, you can't tell the difference between that and a Maiden album.
Oh no! Musically they were fantastic. That's what pissed me off. I was like, they're not that good. They're fucking great, and I hate his vocals.
Like a bunch of Hot Topic emo kid. Like what the? I remember hearing Reminiscence on Much Music, and the sound. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, them drums, yeah, drums. And I went to Best Buy and bought a CD. And I looked back at the CD and see a picture of the band. I'm like, fuck out of here. It's My Chemical Romance, dude. No fucking way. But, shit, dude.
God damn it, we're going to keep jumping down rabbit holes, and we're probably not going to keep this to an hour like I wanted to, but you remember us being the fucking Iron Cross kids for fucking Asphalt Blaster?
Yeah.
Fucking 15, 16 years old, going backstage at the fucking 40 Watt to watch Johnny Colt from the Black Crowes and his fucking hard rock band.
I will tell you something that a band I reconnected with about 3-4 years ago when I still lived down in Georgia.
Uh-huh.
And I was really heavily involved in the Shade Beast stuff, making a metal scene in Georgia and Athens finally.
Sure.
Donkey Punch.
No way. I haven't heard that name in forever.
I have a Donkey Punch shirt.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome.
What happened, that show that we saw them at when we were 17, was like their final show. All the dudes graduated college, all went, did their career thing. Literally 17 years later, I was 34 years old. One of the Shade Beast dudes is talking about a local band that's getting back together that's really good, and he says Donkey Punch. I'm like, shut the front door. Shut the fucking front door. What'd you say to me? Donkey Punch? Hell yes. Because I remember at that show, that ska band, Rudy. I remember them because I don't really particularly give a fuck about ska, but each song the band members change instruments, which that's pretty cool. I'm down.
But they didn't fit, and we can get to that in a minute with two other bands that we saw on shows that didn't fit at all.
Fucking Donkey Punch, dude. Good God Almighty! Come on stage, and it was like Motorhead had a baby, and it was like their fucking infant baby on fucking speed. And I was whoa. And then they covered Ace of Spades then, and then when last time I saw them, because they started playing a lot of shows real heavy right before I left Georgia and then Rona hit and shit. They covered another Motorhead song when Lemmy died. I was at that show right after he died, and it was pretty emotional because all the dudes and everybody loves Lemmy, man.
This year's 5 fucking years.
Get this, dude. My daughter is a year old. They ain't playing, man. Our parents were not lying. Well,
No.
mine was, but they weren't lying when they say, you know, older you get, you used to waste on young the whole 9 yards. And then when I get out of bed now, my back hurts. I make noise.
Oh, dude, I had to get on the ground at work today and roll around on the floor with a tennis ball under my shoulder trying to loosen a knot up because I slept wrong last night.
See?
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine up here. She's 40, I guess, and stands up. She gets lightheaded. I'm like, you used to have to pay for that, man. Now it just comes for free.
And you and I used to headbang so hard at shows that our necks would literally be sore for a week.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
No, not at all. I headbang for a couple of songs now, and I'm just like, yep, I'm done. I'm done.
I'll throw the horns and fist bang, but I ain't headbanging for shit. And God help you if you try to mosh. Try to drag me in the mosh pit, we're fighting.
So you were talking about Donkey Punch. There's a band up here that kind of elicited that same reaction where they went away for a while, but they had a pretty rabid following, and then they'd get back together every 5 years or so and do a quote-unquote we're back but we're retiring again show that would sell out. Fucking The Regime. I think I sent you some of their stuff one time.
I vaguely remember that.
Just a super fucking thrashy, like Municipal Waste before Municipal Waste was probably born.
Nice. Met Tony Foresta after the Iron Reagan show at the 40 Watt. As I was tasked with getting backstage and getting one of the members of the band, Iron Reagan, to put on this specially printed Shabby shirt. It was like pink on black.
Uh-huh.
And I got the bass player, Ra, I forget his last name, but there's a picture of me and him on Facebook, and he's in that shirt. And I ran into Tony Foresta with Henry Mitchell, the guitar player one of the guitar players from Beast Mode. Amazing local Athens band, by the way.
Yep. You had me watch them that night that fucking Theocracy headlined the Caledonia and Beast Mode played.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was the only time I got to see Beast Mode, and you were talking them up, and I was like, man, this band fucking rules by the time their set was done.
That was the show that Veterum played at, wasn't it?
Who?
I think it was. A band called Veterum. I only saw them once.
I don't remember.
They were like glimpse, like poof, but they were so fucking good, man. They were like Creator, only better. I mean, they were amazing. Even the lead guitarist vocalist, he was like from like Czechoslovakia or something.
Huh.
Like
actually, you know what? That sounds familiar. So yeah, that's probably true.
I even bought their 2 demos off Bandcamp.
Nice. And
then they just disappeared, gone. I'm still friends with the other guitar player, the guy that was in the Dancing 3 shirt. His name's Chris. He's the IT guy in Atlanta, man. Regular everyday dude, but he shreds, man. They were great too. Wow.
But let's see. Where were we? So yeah, we go back. Various 3. There was fucking Stradivarius on there. There was, I think you may have had an Angel Dust song on there. I don't recall. I don't even
Bondage.
Yeah, I don't recall what was actually all on that. Mary Lou by fucking Sonata Arctica.
That is correct. That was like the first song.
Yep. One of the first songs they ever did off their first record, Ecliptica. And it wasn't even actually on Ecliptica. It was during those sessions, and it was like a demo.
And was sent to me by the keyboard player.
Yep.
On AOL.
Yep, I remember that story.
And that Ecliptica came out on my 16th birthday.
Yep.
And I was good, I was good internet friends. I can't pronounce his name because it's one of those Finnish names. It's like, a whole bunch of vowels all in a line. Like a really complicated vodka name or gin name. But yeah, I was right, man. Mary Lou wasn't even on Ecliptica.
Nope.
It was on the Japanese bonus.
Yep.
Digipack bonus.
Yep.
But I still listen to that song fucking weekly, dude. If not daily.
I like Ecliptica and I like Silence. After that, I just couldn't really care less anymore.
I noped right the fuck on out on that one.
Yeah, because fucking Silence was awesome because it had Wolf and Raven on it and shit like that. But yeah, after that, like Winterheart's Guild and all that stuff, I'm like, meh, okay, whatever. I don't care anymore.
No.
But I don't even listen to much power metal anymore. I mean, the exception lately being the new Halloween record. I think I've listened to it like 30 times.
That is disturbingly good.
Did you just listen to the one song I sent you, or have you listened to anything else?
I got the album, and It's been in heavy rotation on my YouTube music on my future phone.
I'm so happy they're back together.
I've waited for Kiski to come back for over 20 years, man.
And I don't know like how much you've kept up with them over the last few years, but so they did the Pumpkins United tour in Chicago, which I saw. And halfway during the set, is it Danny, their drummer?
Yes.
Yeah, so Danny gets up there and he sits down like he's going to do a drum solo, and then all the lights go out and a screen turns on behind him, and it's Ingo from a live show.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
And they play an entire Ingo drum solo with Danny doing it with him.
Awesome.
And so like the drum solo's done and they come out and they're like, "We miss you, Ingo. Fucking wish you were here with us where you belong," and shit like that. Because for those of you who might not know, Ingo walked in front of a fucking train in 92,
jumped
93.
off a bridge in front of a train.
And yeah, he had some fucking demons and couldn't fucking get away from
off
them.
A bridge in front of a train.
Yeah.
If that's not dedication to doing it right, I mean, I don't know what is, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was a huge influence when I played drums too, man. Like Halloween was one of the first bands that I listened to that really heavily relied on the double bass. You know, Kai Hansen particularly with Gamma Ray, and then being Halloween. You know, I followed him like a puppy following somebody with some fucking treats.
So you probably don't know this then, and I didn't know this until I just listened to. I don't know how much wrestling has been in your peripheral over the years. I know you weren't as big into it as I was, but do you know the name Chris Jericho?
Oh, of course, yeah. Did Fozzy?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, bro.
So he's got a
podcast. I saw Fozzy at not Fozzy, but one of the Rich Ward, his other band, 16.
Oh yeah, of course you'd know Fozzy because we fucking got the first Fozzy record at the same time, and fucking back when they were doing all the covers, and he was calling himself Moongoose McQueen and all that shit. How they were fucking trapped in Japan for 20 years.
Yeah, fiercely masturbated their cover "Man on Silver Mountain" several times.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
So Jericho's got a podcast called Talk is Jericho. And last week or 2 weeks ago, he had Darius and Kiski on.
Wow.
Because you wouldn't know this, like I said, because you haven't paid that much attention to them, but they wanted to do this tour, and they were like, all right, we're going to do this tour, we're going to see how it goes, maybe we'll record something. But they wanted to see how Kiski and Darius meshed.
Their interplay would be on stage. That makes sense, yeah.
They became best fucking friends to the point they were inseparable.
That's crazy, man. Because that was that when we saw Pink Cream 69, it was Pro Power 4.
Yeah.
Like I thought there was going to be some like mad, you know, like it wasn't going to be that great of a show because.
Well, that wasn't Darius. That was David Redman.
What Darius?
No, and that show sucked. They played like 2 songs that I knew, but no, that wasn't Darius. Really? Darius left Pink Cream 69 after fucking that record.
What, the first album?
Yeah, he was only on like a record or 2, and then David Redman came in.
These like Bruce Dickinson and Samson, you know, like Samson had a bunch of songs.
Well, he left to join Halloween.
I know, and Bruce left Samson to join Maiden.
Right.
Like they.
But anyway,
almost like all the potential was in the vocalist.
Yeah. But anyway, I love fucking Season Madness. That's my favorite my favorite Pink Cream 69 song, and that's not fucking Darius. That's Sonic Dynamite. That's fucking David Redman, and that's my favorite record from them by far.
I always forget about that guy. I don't know why I don't remember him.
And I forget who else he went on to sing for, but he sang for somebody else. I just don't recall who. But anyway, so they become great fucking friends, and the tour was awesome. I fucking thoroughly enjoyed that show. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen. But so they were like, well, fuck, we're going to fucking do something. So they put out a single like 3 years ago called Pumpkins United. And it was okay. You know, it was cool to hear them all back together again. But I'm like, okay, it's your typical single.
Sure wasn't this new album.
No. But then they were doing this album, and I saw like one song drop from it, Skyfall, and I was like, what the fuck? So I listened to it, and I was like, holy fuck! And then fucking everything else came out, and then the record came out, And I'm like, geez, this is fucking amazing. But so, apparently, Michael or Andy, I forget which one said it was. I want to say it was Michael, actually. I know it was Michael. He was at some random mall in Hamburg walking around, and this fucking guy walks up to him and is just like, hey, I'm a huge Halloween fan. I'm curious to know if there was a way that I could facilitate having you and the rest of the guys sign a drum set I have. It was Ingo's.
Holy fuck.
And apparently Michael stood there and talked to him for like an hour and a half. And by the end of the conversation, he was like, no, we can absolutely get together. Fuck, we'd love to see it. You know? They get together. They meet the guy. By the end of the fucking meeting, Danny walks out with the drum set. He bought it from the guy. And played the new record with it.
Fucking awesome, dude.
So the new record is recorded on Ingo's drums.
That's a funny thing about drummers, man. Like, you know that thrash band Toxic, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Think This.
Yeah.
They disbanded all that stuff. Well, they've been releasing some new stuff here in the past years.
I got into a huge Facebook argument with their guitar player like 5 years ago on Sean Peck's Facebook page, and it was funny as fuck.
Yep, I'd buy that. Yeah. But the fucking they're all disbanded, and not the guitar player you got an argument with. I think it was the bass player. Yeah, it was bass player. He's at his house. I believe he lives somewhere in Minnesota, to be honest with you. Yeah, he lives somewhere in Minnesota, or Michigan, one of the two. He's a little suburb somewhere, and he was out with whatever, checking the mail, mowing the grass, and then he hears the drums for Think This coming from a few houses down. Whoever's playing is fucking killing it, like just banging it out, note for note, awesome. And so, of course, dude's like, I'm going to investigate. So he goes over there, and it's like this little 14 or 15-year-old kid just rocking it. And that's what facilitated the return of Toxic.
Nice.
And, yeah, drums are at the heart of the band, man. They are.
But, yeah, so Ingo's drums are on the new fucking Halloween record. So next time you listen to it with that in mind, because that's pretty fucking cool. Especially with you being a drummer, that'll mean something even more to you.
Ingo, man, loved him. Big influence on me.
He was a great fucking drummer.
I mean, he was a cool dude, man. And Kiski also, I mean, being so young, getting in Halloween, he was like 17 when he joined Halloween, having that nice long, blonde hair, and now being bald as fuck. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
What else was I gonna say? There was something around that I thought was kind of funny. That
Heavy metal hamsters.
Well, no, Pink Bubbles Go Ape popped up in my head for... Oh, no, I remember what it was. So, do you remember who played drums on Rabbit Don't Come Easy? Because Danny was sick as fuck with mono for 2 months.
Was the dude named Sasha?
No, Sasha's their guitar player.
That's the guitar, yeah. No, I have no idea.
No, you'll know it when I say it. Just take a guess.
I don't know, man.
Famous drummers who were in a bunch of bands. One of the most famous metal drummers ever.
Mickey D? Snowy
Yes. Mickey D.
No shit. Mickey D? Oh, yeah.
So, there's a box set for that record that came out that came in a plastic top hat. It had a little stuffed rabbit that you could pull out of the hat. It had a Halloween yo-yo and a little packet of pumpkin seeds. Just a little signed T-shirt that was only made available in that box set, and then a digipack copy of the record. When I saw Motorhead for the last time, I had Mickey D sign that top hat.
Sweet.
So I got to meet the rest of the band again eventually, because I met them a few years later up here, but I landed directly from Prog Power and went to the venue and couldn't go home and get my top hat to get it signed, so that bummed me out. But, yeah, I've got that. But, yeah, so fucking Mickey D played on that, and I don't think he toured it. He may have, but I don't recall if he did.
I don't think he did either.
But,
I don't think he did either.
Yeah, so he played on that. So the next time you listen to that record, listen to it in mind that that's Mickey D. But it's funny that you mentioned Snowy Shaw, because I'm a big Snowy Shaw fan. I fucking love that guy. I talked to him on Instagram. He sent me a a pre-release pack that he did of 3 vinyl. He sent me the Mad Architect vinyl, the Snowy Shawl from Hell, or Live in Hell gold vinyl that there were only 333 copies of, and then White is the New Black on vinyl, and T-shirt and all that stuff. He sent those to me, I don't know, 6-8 weeks ago or so, and they're all signed. But no, Snowy Shaw's the shit. When he played Prog Power, who was he there with? I want to say he came with, it may have been when Therion played, or it may have been when Dream Evil played. I don't remember. There's been so many bands play at Prog Power.
Second time they played? Because we saw them once at Prog Power. They played it again.
Who are you talking about, Therion or Dream Evil?
Yeah, Therion.
No, it would have been Dream Evil then, because Therion's only played. Therion's only played once, so it'd been Dream Evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played there, and I sat out with him at the fucking. You probably wouldn't know it as the Artmore, the Armada, the hotel that used to be. Now it's the Courtyard. I sat out there with him on the fucking couch in the Courtyard for like fucking an hour and talked about dogs and everything else.
That we got in the elevator with Timo Toki, and we were both like little sissy schoolgirls and didn't want to say anything to him.
Is that the one that has the big courtyard in the middle that would have the party?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
We were trying to say something to you. Apparently, he went crazy a few years back.
Hell, you remember when we fucking Timo Cottapelto was in the fucking lobby, and I got him to talk to Becky on the phone, and Becky lost her fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then when we caught that motherfucker bootlegging during Manicore's set and got fucking escorted backstage to hang out because we got VIP passes for the weekend and left your mom in the dust.
Oh, I remember getting Manicore to come out and take a picture with Mom because she had a huge crush on the vocalist, and then
Lars Larson.
I forget his name. He was like a physical what do they call it? Fucking personal trainer.
Yeah, Lars Larson is his name. The man who knows one note.
That is not a porn star name at all whatsoever.
Yeah, the man who knows one note. I fell out of love with Manicore so long ago because musically they're awesome, but he does that one note really well, but that's all he does.
And he's good looking. I mean, I'd hit it. He's eye candy, man.
Well, I mean, you've made a lot of questionable mistakes in your past, so
we all have. Well, it's maybe not all of us, but I'm still here.
Oh, no. We both have, motherfucker. He ate. Sorry, I had something in my throat.
I was talking about just fat chicks, but whatever. You didn't really go bar hopping like I did. Yeah, you wake up next to some things that you're really glad you were drunk and don't remember.
Yeah, as I think John McAfee put it one time. God rest his soul, John McAfee, true American hero.
We lost a hero.
Yeah. As he put one time, for some reason there has been a debate as to whether or not sex with whales is consensual. Well, considering that a whale can weigh 70,000 pounds, if it doesn't want you fucking it, you won't. Therefore, all whale sex is consensual. Or something to that fucking degree. Who knows what drug he was on when he typed that shit up.
Let me get to.
Well, fuck, we're already in an hour. We'll have to do this again sometime because we got so much more to fucking talk about, fucking Low Yo-Yo stuff and
part 2 future, a sequel,
all the fucking shows that we've gone to and fucking time that me, you, and fucking Sergio got pulled over coming home from Atlanta,
and I didn't go to jail.
Yeah, well, I was driving.
That was one of the few times that checks out.
You know what? That wasn't you, now that I think about it. Because that was when you and I had a falling out because you had moved out of the duplex right before I moved up here. Or not out of the duplex, out of the townhouse before I moved up here. That wasn't you. I don't know who that fucking was, now that I think
you
about
lucked out. That tree fell in your car, and I ever had to pay you all that money. And
that car was worth, at best, like $400. At best.
What did he give you? Like,
it was leaking. It was leaking so many fluids, and that tree fell on that car. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking Eagle Vision.
Intrepid.
Eagle Vision.
Eagle
The
Vision.
same thing as a fucking Intrepid. Just different
That
name.
sounds like an Allagash song.
But yeah, that tree fell in that car, and I want to say I got 2,800. It was either 24 or 2,800.
Any amount was more than it was worth.
Oh, by many magnitudes more than it was worth. But that's what the Blue Book value was, and I was like, ha ha.
That was the first landlord that fucked around and found out. Ever the dude. Oh, many have in the time since believe that.
Yeah.
But he wanted to hook up the hot water heater with like plastic, like PVC pipe. Like, dude, you can't do that. It has to be copper. It's hot water. It's gonna melt.
Yep.
And we didn't have like hot water in like a whole month of October. It was cold as shit. And I called in the emergency line and got him to come out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't have hot water because when you moved out, you hadn't paid the fucking gas bill. And so the last fucking 2 months that I lived in the house, I didn't have hot water. And it fucking because you owed like fucking $200, which now I would have just fucking paid it. Back then, I'm like, $200? Fuck! I'd just rather take cold showers.
Yeah, I'll take cold showers now, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a while, and I guess after I moved back from Louisiana, I lived without power for about 3 months, man. Put 1,500 miles on a bicycle, didn't give shit. Whatever.
But no, we're absolutely gonna do this again. This has been a fucking blast. Brought up all sorts of like fucking Various 3. God damn, I haven't thought of that fucking Various CD compilation that you made in years.
Ever, man. I copied it onto one of my computers, like from CD to MP3, and then transferred it. And transferred it. It's still in a mega.nz account, you know? There's a cloud storage, but I can't access the account because I forgot the fucking password, and the recovery email is like I don't even remember.
It's probably like
3 letters of the email.
It's probably like Orchid Rise at AOL or some shit.
No, I think it was like my first name. It was like Pick and Flick.
Oh, all right.
I think that's it. But there was some numbers after too, and man, fucking me if I know what the numbers were. I was like 12 when I made that.
Yeah. Well, fuck, man. Let's get the fuck out of here. Fuck, I might even bring you back on next episode. Might just make this a fucking sequel or a trilogy or whatever the fuck we might wind up doing it. Because I mean, you were absolutely the catalyst for my getting into metal. So the stories that you and I have over the years of shows we've seen and things we've done in that regard, or, you know, just and things I've done that you know nothing about, and vice versa. It'll be cool to talk about that shit too.
Speaking of catalyst, you're my catalyst for not being a huge dick.
I don't know about all that. I failed miserably in
that
plot.
Well, look, they deserve it now, okay? It's not just one time on everybody. You got to earn it this time, all right? Thanks.
Yeah, I'll say you're the catalyst for me getting the biggest compliment I've ever gotten in my life, and I can say this to very few people, and they'll understand just the depth of what this comment and compliment means to me. But buddy of mine, Nathan Block, the Sword Lord, said to me one time, Brent, you know more about metal. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have forgotten more about metal than Eddie Trunk has ever known.
Fuck Eddie Trunk.
That's pretty much where I was at, because I'm like, you know what? If it's not 1983 and Twisted Sister, he doesn't know shit about it.
And he ain't really know shit about that either. Eddie Trunk is just... He sucked off the right person at the right time.
Yeah,
it was.
I met him in 2008 at
Don't tell anybody.
He was doing his backstage interviews at Rocklahoma, and I was working the festival, so I was backstage doing something.
Oh, that was the Tornado Festival, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't actually a tornado. Yeah. It was just really fucking heavy winds. But yeah, that's when the 2 stages fell, and I almost died, and a couple of people did die. Blah, blah, blah. That'll be a whole other story one time that I'll have to tell on here, because I've got...
You know why that happened? God hates Eddie Trunk.
Yeah, probably. But so he's back there doing his fucking interview thing, and he was back there interviewing Sebastian Bach. And Sebastian Bach was there with Jarzambek and Metal Mike doing his thing. And it was right after Angel Down had come out. And he's done with his interview, and he's kind of walking through, and he walks past me. And as he's walking past me, I'm like, I can't not fucking say something. And I stopped him. I said, Mr. Bach. He's like, yeah? I said, Fucking angel down, man. Whatever you're doing, keep fucking doing it. That record fucking rules. And he looks at me and he's like, I really fucking appreciate that, man. Thank you. And I said, can I get a picture? And he goes, fuck yeah, you can. And he grabs my phone out of my hand and hands it to somebody and says, get a picture. So we get a picture and he fucking shakes my hand and we both got a big fucking smile on our face. And I was like, Sebastian Bach's not a dick. And then I've read Blabbermouth over the last few years and I'm like, Sebastian Bach is totally a dick. But
it's the 40 watt. He played the 40 watt a few years back, and it was just him. A bunch of no-name players in the band. I mean, he played classic Skid Row songs, a couple of his own songs, and I met him, and he was really, really down to earth. I don't know where this whole. I mean, he's an asshole if you make him.
I guess. But so, he was super fucking nice, and then he walks away, and Eddie Trunk comes by, and I'm just like, yo, Eddie, and he wouldn't even look at me. And I'm like, fuck you motherfucker. You've got no talent. You exist on the fucking coattails of others. And while most of any accomplishment I've ever had in this business has been as a result of that exact thing, I at least will admit it.
So, Eddie Trunk is a great value Martin Popoff.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect, because Popoff can actually write and is a legitimate fucking historian and is an interesting guy and knows more about everything than anybody. Popoff fucking rules. Eddie Trunk is a goddamn grifter. So on that...
he's not even a great value, dude. He's like a fucking...
he's a great value Martin Popoff.
That's doing disservice to Walmart, man. I hate Walmart. Great value. He's like what's it? Value first. One of those.
Oh, no. He's the old Roy.
There you go.
Of because I mean, let's face it. Fucking that 80s show, or that metal show rather, was totally good because of Jameson and fucking.
Wait, that show was good?
Yeah, that show was good.
No.
Fucking Don Jameson and help me out here. Who's the other guy?
I never watched it. Never liked that show, and realistically, I despise Eddie Trunk like violently. I'm like, ugh. It's people like him that really that make a negative public impression of metalheads. Yeah, screaming music, man. I'm gonna stab you.
Yeah. No, it was I don't know why I had a brain fart. It was fucking Don Jameson and Jim Florentine. Both of those guys were fucking great. Fuck Eddie Trunk.
Vincel's for days. He's riding their coattails, and it's like an A. Terry Metal band. I always had to have the pretty lead singer. It's kind of like what Eddie Trunk is, but he's not pretty.
Yeah. No, he's not pretty at all.
No, not at all. And that's the stereotype for metalheads too, and that just pisses me off so bad.
Yeah. Well, before I completely bury myself under the grave for talking shit on fucking His Majesty Eddie Trunk, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. You got anything else you want to fucking say before I sign us off?
Stay tuned, man. I've forgotten more stuff than I thought I did. So
yeah, and you absolutely helped remind me of some shit that I'd forgotten about too. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this. We may do fucking 4, 5, 6 episodes doing this shit. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Stay heavy, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, catch us next time. Probably do another episode. Probably here in a week or so. Until then, this is Brent, HellBrentForLeather. We're out.